Gonna be a little series on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 10. I'm gonna be doing episodes 1 through 3. So we can go ahead and start with Kirk and Rasheeda because I just feel like at this point they're kind of making stuff for them to talk about. And it's like, if y'all don't got nothing going on, then like what's the harm in getting off the show? But I mean I understand it's probably where the bulk of their income comes from. So, I can't knock it. But I'm tired of seeing Kirk and Rasheeda. I don't even want to see him cheat on her again. It's like, we can go ahead and wrap it up. This fourth storyline with not enough time in a marriage, and it's like, how y'all don't have enough time when there's a pandemic going on? Like all y'all got is time to spend together. And then it's like, did somebody tell Carter to come in and say, hey, mom and daddy, just kind of interrupt them? Because it's like, on God, y'all was not finna do it with the camera crew like randomly right there. If y'all gotta start telling kids to start acting, they not getting the check, it's time to go ahead and cut your losses. Like it's time to go ahead. Let's try to do something else. So around the time I'm noticing that Kirk has a hairline, Carter comes in yet again. Their phones start ringing, and it's like, somebody obviously told them to call. And it's like, I just wrote down, why are Kirk and Rasheeda still trying to force storylines? Like, I mean, I was still on that tip. Like by the time I had got to like third episode, I was still just wondering like, why? Like I know why, but it's like, why? Like why are you doing this to us? Like why do we have to sit through it? You know what I'm saying? Next time we see Kirk and Rasheeda, her mom has brought up the subject of her throwing her sister a birthday party, and it's like, it was news to me because it was my first time up hearing that Rasheeda even had a sister. She's older than her, and apparently Rasheeda and her mom lived in Chicago at some point, and then before Rasheeda became like, I guess like a preteen, they went ahead and moved to Atlanta. So, I guess her sister was doing her own thing, but, she was saying, I don't really hear from her, and when I do, she just want to ask for money, and it's like, it's really hard to develop a relationship with somebody when every time you talk to them, it's like, can I have something? It's like, is that why you were talking to me in the first place? It just make you wonder. So you just kind of keep your distance because you don't even want to be like put in a situation where you have to say no, or I can't do it this time. I can tell that she really wants to be close with her, but it's not a case of her looking down at her sister. Like, if I was watching this a few years ago, I would probably think like, dang, you got all that money, why can't you help your sister? But it's like, you gotta want to help yourself, because like, when does it end? Help is like, okay, I'm gonna give you a leg up, not I'm gonna just carry you on my back and then I just ride you around. That's not help. That's that's looking for a free ride, literally. Like, I can definitely relate when she said I can at least say that I tried, because it's like, okay, I can't make you want to be a sister to me, but I can rest easy knowing that I put forth all the effort that I could have put forth. Like, what else can I do? I was wondering if Rasheeda mom was Boobie's mom, because he just seems real impersonal towards her. And it's like, I understand, we just we coming in like 50 years into the relationship, so it's like, and plus you only see a glimpse of what actually happened, but I just feel like it feel like that's not her daughter. Like, it was like, it was a question to me. Like, even the second time around I watched it, I was like, oh, okay, when it was like three amigos, that has to be her daughter. But it just feels like maybe your baby daddy had a baby at first and he left or died, and you just been taking care of Boobie ever since. Like, it wouldn't be hard to believe if that was the case, because that's what it just don't feel like. And why did you just take Rasheeda to move down to Atlanta? Like, was Boobie 18? Like, did you leave your child? Like, what's going on? I just feel like at this point in the game, her bond with her sister is definitely fixable. Like, I don't feel like it's nothing irreparable. Like, it's something that can be fixed. It's just like, y'all done got, it's one of those things where y'all got distant. And it might not be like, sister, okay, I confide in you, and it's like we super close, but it can be like, okay, we go out more and we do more things, and we see each other like on the holidays too, that kind of thing. So we got Yandy and Mendeecees, and I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop New York. I just I didn't get the background, and I'm one of those people that like to get the background. Like, I don't like to start a series in the middle. I don't like to start a movie 20 minutes in. I don't like to hear a song like on the last verse. I need to see the whole thing play out. But I don't really feel the need to do that, because I'm not about to sit through a whole bunch of seasons of Yo, Son, Tim's, and Fit It Has. I'm not going to do that personally. So I just decided to just, suck it up and watch it as is. I didn't know that Yandy and Mendeecees, or really Yandy, had adopted a daughter, and her name is Infinity. And the first time I'm watching it, right, I'm like, I'm really on her side, right? But the second time I watched it, that's when I started taking notes. And the first thing I wrote down was Infinity gives me roguish vibes, but I try not to judge. Like, straight up, it's something about her that's like, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like she'll steal something. Like, and I don't want to say that because that could get like colorism vibes. Like, damn, what you mean she gonna steal something? But it's like, if you watch the episodes I watch, you look at me in my eyes and you tell me you don't think she'll steal your purse, or at least something out your purse. Okay, then that's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm talking about. I understand where you're coming from about Christmas, but I feel like the social media and the tell-all was too much. Like, that's another reason, and that's another factor, and why I feel like she just roguish. Like, what you mean you gonna write it to, like, you? So you that friend that, like, when we fall out, you gonna tell everybody my business? Like, you the person that got pictures of folks' panties saved in your phone. Like, you got it from like 8th grade up until like college, and you just been waiting to bust them bitches out. Like, you that person, Infinity. I just get the vibe that she just like low key is running game, but I feel like her feelings towards Yandy and her feelings just in general, like when it comes to abandonment and trauma, are definitely genuine. Like, I don't feel like she's faking that. Like, you can't fake that. That's why I feel like that's another factor, and why I feel like she's roguish, because like when you done been through so much stuff like that, you just kind of got like a different mindset. Like, even she said, stuff happened like that to me, my mind started working. I'm like, you be stealing. You be stealing. You be stealing. I just feel like Yandy's feelings are really valid when it comes to like, okay, you brought this man in our house. We don't know who this person is. I had to get you up out of here. Like, it was trying to take our kids. Like, what are you talking about? But I understand where Infinity is coming from, because it's like, when you like 16 or 17, you feel like, I'm so close to 18, I'm almost grown, and really 18 ain't even grown. Really, in some cases 21 don't be grown. But like, you wouldn't do nothing wrong if you feel like it was the wrong thing to do, if that makes sense. While Infinity was crying, and when she had got down and she sat down, like, I was really wanting Yandy to hug Infinity. Like, I was so glad when she squatted down and hugged her, because I was thinking like, don't let this girl be crying. Like, she pouring her heart out. It's like the way she was crying, it really touched me. It's like, that's why I know her feelings. You don't just pull a cry like that out your ass. Like, that's a real, that was coming from the diaphragm. Also, I really want to see Infinity get some help, because I think that despite everything, she's a good kid. Like, she was dealt a bad hand. It's like, it's not your fault that certain things, kind of mess up your perception and make you a less honorable person than you would have been if you would have been raised in a loving home around supporting people. You went on survival mode all the time. So I give her the benefit of the doubt for that reason, and because she's a young black girl. I mean, why not? I'm honestly convinced that everybody from New York thinks they're in like a gangster film. Even before Yandy said, you got to go talk to the father, I was thinking like it was the way Mendeecees was standing outside leering and whatnot, the way they was rolling up in the car, the music, and it was like, why is everybody from New York like this? Like, calm down, put your chest down, dog. I get Mendeecees' viewpoint when it comes to his distrust, because it's like, when you get involved with somebody that's talking about calling the authorities on me about my kids, and you go on social media about every little problem, every little gripe you have, instead of just calling us up, and then you talk about writing a tell-all book, it puts a lot of different things in my head, and it makes me not really trust you, and it makes me just kind of like, handle you a little different. Despite everything with Infinity, I do love how our generation communicates. And so I feel like we teach the older generation sometimes, and I feel like Yandy is really receiving a lot of what Infinity is saying, and even Mendeecees, because like when the way she put it out there, like, okay, you might not agree with it, but can you see why I would feel that way though? Can you see where I'm coming from? And it's like, when you put it like that, how can you just say no, no, no? It's like, if you do that, then you just fuck, man. You just fuck. You can tell that he has like just this deep, funny feeling about Infinity, because even in the picture they took together, like, she was kind of leaning towards him, and he was kind of like holding his body out like this way. And it's like, you know, body language says everything. So, you know, I was just wondering how old Infinity was, because, you know, if she was 15 or 16, I could probably give some of this behavior a pass. If you over the age of 18, I don't see why you can't understand simple things like, okay, we just got back cool. You can't ask my kids how long they want me to, like, how long they want you to stay. First of all, the kids gonna say forever. And second of all, you know kids ain't got no say in what goes on in the house. You know, you gotta talk to the adults about that. So it's like, you know, how old are you to even be like, that's why it feel like he running game. Like, it just really feel like he just like, I'ma milk them for all they got. It's like, even with a tell-all book, you trying to make money off of a book. So I just feel like, you know, I was saying keep their eyes open, but Mendeecees seemed like he already doing a good job of that. On to Sierra and Brasco. Is it Brasco or is it Briscoe? I feel like on Love and Hip Hop Miami, there was a Briscoe, or was it a Brasco? I mean, Sierra and B, she calls, so apparently Sierra got engaged. I didn't know anything about this, didn't care anything about this. So she calls off the engagement because she feels like things just really aren't working with him, and she feels like, you know, I'm so glad that, I think what Sierra was feeling at that moment really was common sense, honestly, because, you know, we know Sierra ain't the brightest, and I love Sierra. Well, I don't love Sierra, but I am really fond of her, and I like seeing her on TV. And you know, Sierra is just kind of simple. She's kind of simple. Yeah, like she just give you Kelsey from That's So Raven vibes. Like, it's kind of like, you know, she just kind of be late to the party a lot of the time. It's great to see her walking her womanhood though, and not like the relationship just happened to her, because the way the shooter had did her, it was just so, it was so low down. Then he did it with that girl Mariah with that thick ass chin, and it's like, you know, it was so trifling the way everything happened. So it's like, I'm glad that she just kind of like, you know what, I don't like this, I don't like the way you treat me. She just went to Dubai with a guy named Eric, and I just noticed this Sierra dates fast. It's like, I'm wondering if it's because like she got in a relationship, like in a marriage so young, and it's like, you know, I'm just wondering like if that's why. Like, I don't know what else it has to do with it, but I'm just wondering if that's why. But her outfit, and her hair, when she got these clips, it's like rolled up and it's like clipped up, and it's like, it's kind of like a lingerie sexy type situation, but it's like day wear. That was everything. You can tell her taste level always been up here. Like even in the hood, she was that girl that was like always fly. So nothing really happens with her. Just fast forward to when she's about to pawn the ring off. You know, I'm wondering why she got this wig cocked to the side like this. Like, you know, I got mine cocked to the side, but that Janet's on the side. Like, literally, not even just like a sexy D part. It's right here. The wig is right here. And I'm just wondering, like, you know, what was the idea behind that? Like, you know, what were you going for? So, you know, I'm just, you know, the wig to the side. So, you know, it just is what it is. Like, so, Sierra is there, the wig is there, the side part is there, and we meet her sister. That's all I have to report about that scene. Okay, we can definitely get Karlie Redd out the way. So, she is apparently dating Lamar Odom. I felt like it was staged, but I don't know. I feel like they slick might be talking for real. They are at least having sex. I just feel that. I like how she said, you know, I just thought, you know, when we was having sex, you know, shit, we go together. And that's just such an elementary way of thinking, but it's so funny because, like, that's how it be, though. It's like,
you hit this twice, we go together. We ain't no friends. It's official now. You my boo. You my boo. And if you still in the picture in 6 months, you my fiance. And that's how I'm introducing your ass.
It's so easy to be like, girl, that is so stupid. But no, like, when you haven't said, it's like after the third time, it's like, so what is this? What we doing? But like now she's just kind of taking it slow, and I like the fact that I respect that Karlie Redd is want to just, you know, take baby steps in her relationship. I'm talking about this as though I believe it's a real relationship. I feel like there's a scheme that Ty set up and then it didn't work. So then Lisa Vanderpump had to come in and concoct a ploy, and then it worked a little bit. Mona was like, you know what, fuck it, get him on the show because, you know, we got a little extra left in the budget. We can go ahead and get us to Karlie Redd. So by the time they get to her restaurant, that's when I'm kind of convinced that they're maybe talking for real, because it's just, you know, the way the conversation was going, it just seemed like, you know, maybe they were like actually like doing something off camera. That food looked good as hell. Like, that food looked so, like, that mac and cheese, it was so cheesy. It was like a whole different type of situation. I wanted some. So now we can go ahead and talk about Bambi and Scrappy. They have a new baby, but they're having marital issues. So according to Rasheeda, these are titty milk problems. So we see Scrappy flexing around everybody, talking about, it's like, I heard it in his voice. I talked to a dude that reminded me of Lil Scrappy. And it's like, even the way he said he gets food in her bed every morning, like the way he said it, I was like, it ain't every morning. And then Bambi was like, it ain't every morning. I knew it. We meet young baby Tate, and first impression, really pretty, really like good energy, seemed real like down to earth, real like confident, just real fly. I like her aesthetic. And I seen her one time, I forget what beef, it wasn't a beef, but it was something that she weighed in on. But I do know that she was on the right side of it. Like, I know she was more on the, I don't want to say the woke side, but more on the, like, I got a well-crafted politics side. So, I liked her from that. And then I also saw some of her TikToks, and I thought she was pretty funny. So, you know, I automatically, when I saw her on the show, I really appreciated that they added her on there. She's up and coming, independent. You always gotta respect the independent artist. Somebody that's saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm a front the cash. I don't need no label telling me what I can and can't do, what I can and can't say. So her mom has a Grammy. I don't know who her mom is, but I heard the song that she was I guess previewing, like the Keep Doing Better When You See Me. I like that song. I'm gonna start playing that. And I like when she said, you know, I want to be the girl that you like listen to when you want to feel good about yourself. So it's like, you know, already, you know, she kind of ranking high for me, in my opinion. So you can definitely tell that she grew up in LA, like definitely. She was like, we're kicking, and it's like, that definitely sounded Bay Area AF, like straight up. So like straight out of Compton type shit. So she's known Guap for about 2 years, and they've been kind of talking or doing whatever situationship they're involved in for about a year now. And he said as soon as her and Bay ended, her and Bay began. So it's like, you can't do it like that. You can't, I don't want to say what you can't do, but it's like, you know, I would say it's not wise to do it like that in most cases. Like, you know, you got to give yourself time. Like, you know, I saw a post the other day, and it was like, stop seeking stimulation. Like, sometimes it's okay to be bored. Sometimes it's okay to be alone. Like, sometimes it's just okay, you know. So, not saying that she a girl that needs to be constantly have a nigga on her line or be on a nigga line, but I'm just saying, like, just in general. So, like, when she was saying, I just feel like he dipping his toe in and he just, like, a little scared. I was saying, girl, he is not scared. These niggas don't be scared. They don't be, why would they be scared to fall in love with the girl of their dreams? Like, they not scared to, like, fall in love with you because they scared to fall in love. They just don't want to fall in love with you and then start cheating on you. Now, y'all hate each other when he just could have kept on hitting you. And, you know, I'm sorry, that's how they wired up. I actually Googled this. It's true. It's true. She was like, you know, I want to go on a vacation, but I don't have no base, so how can I vacation? And it's like, one, the fact that you even had to ask him that. Two, his response took way too long. And then three, he was like, you know, because my brother getting married, so can I get back to you? I was thinking,
what the fuck that got to do with me?
What the fuck does your brother get married have to do with going to Jamaica? You don't even know when y'all going to Jamaica, so how you know that his wedding is gonna fall on the same? You just don't want to go nowhere with young baby Tate, and just say that. Period. Because there's plenty of niggas that do. I just wrote down, girl, it's a dangerous game you playing with this young man. Straight up. Like, you need to play your cards right. That pimp hat on. Quit playing. And it's like, I want to talk. Do as I say, not as I do. Girl. So when they get to this little kickback and they outside, okay, side note, her outfit was cute as hell. I was living for that skirt. It's like, if she gonna be serving me like this every time, bring her back. Give her more scenes. I might need to see. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my opinion that y'all didn't ask for about my casting for next season, if y'all do another season, because word on the street is don't nobody want to watch this shit no more. I'm only doing this because somebody specifically asked me to review this, so keep that in mind. Anybody that has been there for more than 5 years, we can go ahead and get rid of them. Keep the people that have been there, like the most recent people, keep Sierra and them, keep Spice. You really don't need, I don't really care to see Spice, but keep her because you need to have some type of glue to, because you need to fade, because we need to phase them out is what needs to happen. So you know what, fuck it, don't keep Spice. You really ain't got to keep Sierra. The only reason I said keep Sierra was because of the looks. You know what, let's do young baby Tate. Let's revamp around her. Let's go ahead and do that, because I can't see, I don't want to watch. The people I reviewed, I didn't want to talk about them. I want to let y'all know that I'm doing this because I want to get in front of the camera. I want to talk, you know, I want to do this. I want to, you know, give y'all some content. I didn't want to talk about them. I didn't want to talk about them. I started perking up when I was getting to young baby Tate, because like that's just, it's somebody fresh and new on the show, like a good story. And then she got some and hip hop to talk about. Let's keep this rolling. Like this is what the show is. Not concocted storylines, not Karlie Redd getting proposed to by Life Jennings. We need to get back to the roots. Like I feel like Cat Williams, like, fuck the airplane. Give me the Cadillac. Give me the German Shepherd. Give me Lunel. Give me I feel like fucking Steve Harvey. Give me what's the name?
Give me Terry. Give me Adam.
Let's make this shit happen. Straight up. Like, so off that tangent. So they had the kickback. And she's sitting on his lap, right? I know you done had sex with him, straight up. I know you done had sex with him, right? You had sex with him by the time y'all had filmed the scene, right? So if I didn't know it before, I knew it with his response and with her response. Like when he was like, he's so lame. Like, I don't know if that's like, I don't know if I feel like anybody that's not from the South is lame, but like this nigga said, well, it's hard to put a cap on something when it's already been busted open. I'm like, what? And it's like, I felt where she was coming from, nigga, don't flex, but like for you to say, what's been busted open? Who you done busted up? We ain't. And the way she was looking at him, I knew that look, it was, nigga, you better not say a motherfucking thing while these motherfucking cameras is on. And then he was looking like, I could see his face. Imagine how scary it is for somebody you had sex with to say, I didn't fuck you. You just gonna kind of sit there like, oh, they don't want nobody to know. Because you're not even going to defend yourself. Like, I did fuck you. Because it's like you going out sad at that point. You just going to kind of be like, oh, okay. I mean, I never been in that situation, thank God. But, like, I would kind of just be like, oh. I was just playing LOLZ. Cries myself to sleep later on that night. Later on, sis goes on to say, yeah, I just feel like, you know, it's a Beyonce and Jay-Z power couple type thing. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I didn't cite smart as one of the reasons I liked her. I'm not calling her dumb. I'm not calling you no hoe.
I'm not calling you a hoe, okay?
But I'm just saying, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that? Like, why? Not saying you ain't no Beyonce, but like, why would you say that he a Jay-Z type? No, he not. No, he not. Like, what are you talking about? But like, girl, so they playing the like the two truths online. He had said, it was like, I was born in 1991. I'm a Grammy nominated artist and I'm not going to Jamaica. And she was like, hold on, because you was born. And I was thinking, girl, now you know. And he was like, actually on my birth certificate. I started laughing like, this nigga is so like niggas, I think niggas enjoy being trifling. Like it just, you know, I don't know, like it do something for them. Like, you know, I got my trifling in for today. It really boosts them up. The truth was that he not going to Jamaica. So Like, it seemed like he kicked everybody out. It seemed like he stayed. I just didn't know, like, why you would kick everybody out if he's the one that pissed you off. That's like somebody checking. That's like somebody, like, roasting you, and then, like, you, like, cuss everybody out that's laughing. It's like, wait a minute. It's the Grammys for me. It's the Grammys for me. I was like, okay, y'all. Like, it was the girl saying, I'm a Grammy nominated artist, period. And then it was him saying, I'm Grammy nominated. And it was her saying, my mama has a Grammy. We had a Grammy on our living room table. Because if she got to get a Grammy, I got to get two. I was saying, oh my God. Like, Grammys, mammies, whammies, shammies, hammies.
You lack of the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford and I'm in a Porsche and flowing ports while I'm on torrent.
Okay, so his attitude was super weird, right? Like, I just think the way, like, don't call me and then hang up in my face. Like, it's that, I hate when folks hang up in my, like, that's so rude. That shit's so lame. Like, don't hang up on me, especially if you call me. Like, it's giving very much.
I think we need to talk.
Is something wrong?
Look, I can't talk right now.
But you just called me.
Look, I gotta go. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Meet me at the gym. Bye.
It's like at the same time, ain't we doing something here? Like, no, girl, no, you done been fucking this nigga for a year and you ain't got no clarity on whether y'all is talking or not. You gotta be straight up. Like, you gotta be like, okay, straight up now, tell me, is you really gonna love me forever? Or am I calling a hit and run? Like, is it gonna be you and me together? Or are you just having fun? Like, are you just having fun? The way he kind of flipped it on her, the way she's kind of taking it is making me feel like, did something else happen at the Airbnb? Like, did she get somebody to like, did she pull like a power move and get somebody like to edit some certain stuff out? Like, did you flip out? She was like, when I drink, I act a little wild. And it's like, I saw her like kind of like turn up, but it wasn't nothing to like where, okay, bitch, I don't want to talk to you no more. Like, I don't know. She did kind of turn up. But at the same time, he stayed. So I don't know, like, did something else happen after they left? Like, I feel like something else might have happened. I feel like that's what he might be referring to. She was so right. Like, I really felt where she came from when she was like, and I get attached as humans do. Like, I'm a human. Like, I get, like, if I'm spending time with you and you put your ding-a-ling in me, it's only inevitable that I'm going to start getting some type of feelings. Even if it's not romantic, it's going to be like, okay, I care about you. Like, if you die, I'm going to cry and like send flowers to your mama type shit. But I really do appreciate that her mood got boosted. That's on me. I'm gonna keep doing better every time you see me, like, period. Like, I love like how like when he was like, you want a mood boost, she was like, yeah. And it's like, you could tell like she didn't even think whatever he was gonna say was gonna make her feel better. But like as soon as he told her that she got 1 million views, like you could see it all in her attitude, like the way she was popping her stuff when she was doing the dance moves. I was like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
They get ice cream or froyo or whatever. So then he was like, he was like, blah, blah. I like you, blah, blah. I like making music with you. I like fucking you. And it's like, it just kind of broke my heart because I knew what was coming next, man. I don't want you to be my girl. It's given, like, I'd rather be your nigga. Like, I'm not really trying to do this. I'm trying to do you, but I'm not really trying to do us. So that thing tight, that thing right, get in it all night, but not trying to fuss and fight.
Ain't that the way it go?
So last but not least, we got Erica and Safaree. So we got Safaree sending these ridiculous tweets, like unreasonable tweets. His wavering attention, like, him, I guess, like, maybe liking other women's pictures on Instagram and just not being involved as a parent in the parenting overall. And it's like, it's just, it really sucks that Erica's having to go through this. But, and then Safaree just really was not understanding why the wedding pictures were in the trash. Men will always try to make a difference and stuff. Like, they'll always be like, well, that was different because this man really said the tweets is fake. This is real life. Those people really saw that you really didn't want to get married to me. What are you talking about? Like, watching that scene with him just, with them talking in the dining room in that empty ass house that was rented for the show with no decorations. I just, it was just so sad. Like, it's so sad to watch somebody just be so uninterested in like something that they pursued. Like, nobody asked you to try to like get with this woman, because I know she didn't hop in your DM. You hopped in her DM. You was commenting on, you followed her. You started liking stuff. Then you started commenting.
You got her DM, and then like she wasn't paying you attention, but then like one day she was like, okay, let me see what the fuck Safaree talking about. I saw his dick pic. Let's see what's going on. And then like at first she still wasn't even taking you serious, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna fuck him. Then she fucked you a couple times, and okay, I like him. And then you start trying to sweep him off her feet, and then boom, now she pregnant, dog, and now y'all married.
And then now the haze is gone, and y'all see, y'all don't even like each other. You see that this nigga ain't even mature, and you see that this bitch is kind of like, she kind of look ugly when she start yelling at you. Like, her face kind of get a little ugly. So, and it's like, you know, he just so goofy, like so goofy. And I said, no wonder Nikki left his ass. Like, sis knew she couldn't stay with no clown for too long. Like, what the fuck is this, a circus? You know, he's just so zoned out and just does not care what she's talking and making stupid ass points. Like, he's just saying stupid stuff, like, just not an adult conversation, not an adult argument, not two adults that are married and are trying to actively work through a problem. And it's just so irritating to watch. I couldn't imagine living through it. So he makes her feel so alone and just unsupported. And you know, he gave a half-ass apology, like. And when I say half-ass, I really a quarter-ass apology. He said, I'm sorry for sending those tweets. And it was like, what are you talking? You not sorry. Like, then he like did this fucking snide-ass smirk afterwards, and it just pissed me off. It just irritated me. So, and I just hate the fact that she feel like she got to get pretty to feel love. Like, oh, she was like, you know, I want to make him remember why he started chasing me in the first place. I want him to, like, you know, and it's like, you know, you shouldn't have to get cute for a nigga to treat you like he care about you. It shouldn't matter if, like, you know, you weren't able to look the same. You know, he can still love you because that's his baby, straight up. Like, you know, it shouldn't take you getting glammed up for him to show you some affection and be nice to you. Like, that's not cool. Like, I ain't like that. So he wants to get snipped, and you know, he's talking to Scrappy about getting snipped. And I honestly feel bad for him. Like, no, brother, you got another baby on the way. And I feel like, you know, I should have a say in it. It should be my choice as well if I'm going to be a father ×2, you know. But also, if you don't want to have a baby, use a condom. You know, this big party for Safaree just for Erica to announce her pregnancy, it's ridiculous. Like, you gotta butter this nigga up and stroke his ego just to tell him that he gonna be a father. Like, that shit just ridiculous, man. Like, you know, the fact that like he that hard to get to, like, it's ridiculous. And you know, and he just must be super in himself to like not have even noticed that your wife is spreading at the front and at the back and at the side, like front, back, side to side. Never let hoe ass niggas ride. She's so nervous when she's about to tell him about the baby, and it's like, you know, it feels like she's walking on eggshells, and I just, you know, it's really uncomfortable to watch. Like, his face is just stone, and it's almost like, Erica, blink twice if he be hitting you. Oh, okay, cool. And you can tell when he was like, how many weeks are you? He's literally calculating, okay, can we reverse this? Her visit with Dr. Jackie was when she realized that she was being kind of hypocritical about his reaction. And she was being a little hypocritical, but at the same time, his reaction was a little too... His reaction is very off. It was definitely inappropriate. You can be a little disappointed and not excited and not seem like you ready to shake the baby out of her, dog. Like, no, his reaction was a little weird. But Dr. Jackie always gonna be on the man's side unless he absolutely positively wrong. So I wasn't too surprised about that. But he just truly doesn't understand that he needs to be serious. Like, as an adult, like at a certain point, you have to like take certain things into priority. Like, you have to like put on a serious face. Like, I'm goofy as hell, but sometimes I gotta buckle down. I gotta be for real. Like, sometimes you can't play. Like, and I know this, so I'm trying to see why he don't know this at 30, whatever. So, whatever. Even when she was apologizing, he was acting immature and like, you know, like, oh, Brent, who's right? It's like, how old are you? 15? Like, this is your wife apologizing to you. Why are you gloating Like, whatever. It's not even like a lighthearted thing. It was like it's a serious situation y'all talking about. So, it seems like they didn't really get to know one another before the marriage. Like, y'all didn't really get to know. It's like y'all was feeling each other, y'all was vibing, and that's what it was. You can't start a family and create a long-lasting relationship off a vibe. I promise you can't. That's why it's called a vibe. Because it's a vibe. A feeling. Not a foundation. It was Safaree seeing his baby about to fall and not making a move to help her. It's like he made the face and he just kind of did this a little bit. But it's like, you know, when you see a baby about to fall on their head backwards on some tile, your body's supposed to jerk like this. Why did you kind of like, oh, ooh, what you gonna do? And then like a grin started spreading across your face, and she was crying like it was a gut-wrenching cry, and like she hit the back of her head on some hard stuff. That would have made my heart drop to my stomach, but instead it made you giggle. That's concerning. She was bawling, and you know, it was just really like, you know, it was really like a real cold, hard, sobering truth when Erica said, you know, this is gonna be me holding down my 2 babies, you know, because dad think it's funny even when they in pain. I was like, damn, that's real. And you know, he was like, you know, he honestly thought it was funny. Like, he found humor in that, and he felt absolutely no remorse for finding it, like, you know, to think it was like a joking matter. And he was like, you know, he needs to find out there's pain in life. And I was like, what? Like, seriously. So that's where they ended episode 3. That's where I'm gonna go ahead, lay this little recap review off. Tell me if y'all want to see more. Tell me what other videos y'all would like to see from me, because I'm kind of like, I got some topics, but having a kind of creative block, so y'all kind of help me out. Y'all don't want watching, so tell me what y'all want. Peace out.